Hello there, my enchanted unicorns, and welcome on Ask the Runes channel. I am Andrea, and I welcome you on your May prediction reading. Here are your 3 pile options, with pile number 1, Rose Quartz, pile number 2, Dalmatian Jasper, and pile number 3, some mysterious crystal. I guess it's quartz, white quartz with some rhodonite or ruby root. I have no idea what this is, but it's pretty. Okay, so here are your 3 pile options. Take a deep breath now with me. And select your pile. Okay, I'll see you on your reading. Timestamps are down below. Take all the time that you need. Hi there, pile number 1, and welcome to your reading. So let's get right into it and see what's the main rune for May for you. You have Ir. Also, if you hear me using different names of the runes that maybe you already heard somewhere else on YouTube, know that there are multiple names, and there are not necessarily ones that are wrong and ones that are right. There are multiple alphabets and multiple Futharks. I use the Horix Svensson version of names. I mean the way this guy Horix Svensson presented runes in his book right here, the Runes book. And so that's how I know these names. Therefore, let's proceed with the runes. I mentioned this into discussion just as a fun fact, to be sure that I won't hear somebody says, yeah, but you know, it's pronounced, I don't know how other way, so just in case. Back to your rune reading. It's a very dynamic month for you, the month of May. I see a lot of movement, a lot of communication, maybe psychic downloads, also internet communication, maybe with friends, family, lover, I don't know. Let's see more of your energy, general energy of the month. I see you being really victorious. I see a month with a lot of unexpected things, a lot of things that just pop out of nowhere into your life, and I see you being on top of things as a general theme. You are protected, but you are protected in motion. It's not a stagnant energy. You are not closed off. You are in motion. You are dynamic, and you know how to impose your boundaries and how to protect your boundaries, and you are very responsible. I see you winning in all endeavors, and it's a fated month in a way. There will be some elements in this month that are simply plain fated to happen, and either for better or for worse, but I see you winning over them all no matter their nature. Let's see the major obstacle of the month. I see a certain relationship that brings you some headaches because you don't know how to communicate with this person. Oh, sorry, you can't see the runes. Let me adjust the camera also a bit. There you go. I see that you don't know how to communicate with this person. Maybe if it's a romantic relationship, things started to lose their spark, but if it's not a romantic relationship, you run out of ideas of how to communicate with this person, and the warmth that was initially there into this connection, it's now fading, and you don't know how to tackle this problem. So that's the major obstacle of the month. Interesting. At the end, I'll see what's the part of the reading that needs more clarification, and I'll come back with some more runes if it's necessary. But for now, let's see what's happening in your love life. I see that maybe a relationship, maybe it's the same relationship. That's why I said I'll wait for clarification, because usually runes communicate with one another in different sections of the reading. I see a relationship that maybe was a little bit stuck, like on a pause, or things got really cold between you and a loved one or your romantic partner, or in general in the love department. Things weren't moving, there was no communication and no spark. But now things start to melt. Ice is turning into water. And I see that whereas before maybe you were one stick, you were one person, you were single, now you get involved with someone maybe. Things are starting to melt down, even though maybe you won't necessarily know from the very beginning how to communicate or how to warm things up, but things are happening inside of you. Maybe you got your eyes on somebody and you're not speaking with them yet, things are not happening properly yet, but you inside of you are melting down towards maybe the possibility of a relationship with a certain someone. Okay, now let's see in the business department. I see that you are less in your masculine energy and more in your feminine energy, like you are less inclined to take action and tackle problems and solve problems, but more in an intuitive state, present also in your romantic life. You are very intuitive, as actually we saw from the very beginning, and if you have any concerns that may affect the way your business works or your avenue, your income, monthly income, know that you are not affected at all by this more intuitive feminine approach that you are inclined to have in May. Also, the same theme is surfacing from both your romantic life and your work life. You are advised to get out of your own shell and be more communicative, to enter in your feminine, free-flowing state and get out of secludedness. Be more out there. I'd say maybe that's the problem even here. You are advised to not be one single stick, but get into a relationship with just anybody and be two sticks, in an X like this, that are like this. And maybe that's the issue, because you feel like you don't have the drive to communicate or the drive to be so out there. Yet, I see you succeeding, and I see maybe a woman that's helping you, but I actually see two women in May that are kind of problematic, in a sense that, not that they're actually problematic, one of them it's really problematic and the other it's just there to help you. I mean that this rune says that you have some people around you that don't have your best interest at heart, and it can also mean that the enemy is within and the enemy it's you are your own worst enemy. And with this woman symbol right here, I see that you are both advised to not be your own worst enemy and get out of that secludedness and secluded energy, and also watch out for phony friends, or if you are in a collaboration at work with a woman, or you have a friend woman at work, she may not have your best interest at heart. I'm sorry to say that, but that's what I say. Now, I want more detail about your love life and if you will manage to get over this obstacle of the month. So about this romantic situation right here, I see that things will start to develop. It's not something that happens overnight, and it will come one step after the other, and it's a journey. Maybe things already started to happen last month and now they keep going and keep rolling. And I guess that's a good thing. I don't see any major stuff. Maybe it was a small problem that occurred in a relationship and now things start to unfold more easily and the journey goes on. And about the obstacle of the month, I see that there is actually a little bit of a problem, because it's something really unexpected and you won't find a solution, especially necessarily this month. This X can talk about the situation here at work between you and the person, can talk about, but I don't see necessarily in the relationship department this problem, this X. It's like pointing towards an X on a map, like this is the problem, here it's the problem, it's this X, and refers to a communication problem with a certain someone that you don't want to communicate anymore. Maybe you want to end things with a certain person, or maybe you break up with somebody in your love life. Maybe that's another thing that maybe you don't want to hear, but it kind of shows itself here, that maybe you say stop, X, pause to a certain relationship and you flow by yourself, because this rune, it's also this rune but broke in at the middle, you know. That's how I see it. So that may be another thing where you continue the journey by yourself without a certain person in your love life that it's toxic. It can be a partner, it can be a friend, maybe a friend that it's also at work, I don't know, or somebody that you really love in any case, and it may be the end. You stop all communication, there is no passion, maybe there is no trust there anymore, and it's an end of a relationship. That's another thing that I'm seeing. Or if it's a problem with somebody, you don't know how to solve it in any case in this month. And actually, I guess it can be both at work and in your love life. Even though in your love life I see an improvement, like things are starting to flow. And whereas before it was brokenness, now it's fullness, and things are starting to roll again. Because the ride is upside, not reversed. Or here it is reversed. So I see less that is about a person in your love life and more like it's talking about a person that you have problems at work. Let me check this work. Work for number 1. What is happening there? Yeah, someone took a rather flippant attitude and now must pay the bills for that. Someone that it's not trustworthy. And I think that this person, this relationship, that it's problematic, it's at work. If that person it's not you, and you know that you did everything that you could at your work to make things to be their absolute best, and you know you did your part at work, then this situation it's about somebody else. If not, I can also see that maybe you maybe said you would do some things later, but then maybe forgot to do them, and now you have some problems with a certain... Sorry, for a moment my camera stopped because the card was full, so I don't know where it stopped and what I was saying. Anyway, if you at work did your job wonderfully, then this problem is with somebody else that hasn't your best interest at heart, and then you will end up the relationship with that person. If maybe you were the one that had a rather flippant attitude and maybe you defied someone and got head in head with someone, maybe a man that is upset at you, then maybe you are the one that pays the consequences of that, and that person says nasty things to you and maybe does do you some dirty, you know. Maybe it takes revenge on you, on something like that, makes you pay for something that was against that you did against his will, or something that he wanted to do in one way and you wanted to do in some other way, and that person didn't agree. But if you did your job as best as you could and you know it's not something that you did, then it's about this other person. But overall, I see you succeeding. No matter what is this problem, maybe that's the thing with this clarification, maybe the horse it's with its hooves up just like this man. So I think that you will end up things with a person. Most likely, I don't feel something bad happening to you. I feel that you are ending it with some other person that did you wrong. And I see you victorious, because that's the main energy of the month, you know? I see you victorious, I see you winning. So I don't feel like actually it's somebody that does something to you. I feel like you are ending it with someone that was harmful to you. Okay, so this is your May reading. I hope you really enjoyed this reading, that it resonated and it will help you during the month of May. If it did, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel down below. I hope to see you in one of my other readings from the past or the future. Until next time, bye bye, lots of hugs and kisses. Hello there, pile number 2, and welcome to your reading about energies that you will encounter in the month of May. So, you have the rune Sigil. This rune it's actually in reverse. I mean, I know it doesn't have a reverse, but I personally can read it in reverse if I feel it like so, if I perceive it. It's a personal decision to read it in reverse if I feel like it's in reverse. And I feel like it's in reverse. Interesting. Okay. Let's see the rest of the energies. Interesting. If you hear me using different names of the runes, I know that they gained somewhat of a popularity here on YouTube and multiple readers started using them and they use it with different names. I just wanted to specify that they have multiple names and it doesn't mean that ones are right and the others are not. Just as a fact. Okay, back to your reading. Let me rephrase that. Sigil, it's a very powerful rune, a very happy rune, and even if it's in reverse, I still feel its benefic presence in your reading. It's like the Sun card in tarot. It's very, very auspicious no matter how you look at it. When it's in reverse, I feel just like you may feel a bit tired or a bit stretched out, like in a whirlpool, a swirl of emotions and things happening in your life. Maybe a significant relationship that influences your life in May, and maybe you will feel a bit tired by this relationship that or situation that swirls and swirls and swirls and swirls and eats up a bit of your energy, but nonetheless you still have a lot of stamina, a lot of power to you. And I feel also that you are a very strong manifester, and what you put into a relationship or a situationship, it's what you get out of it. So it's present, this idea, in both these runes. So in the month of May, I feel like your manifesting skills will come in handy at most, and I feel like you have the power to shift the situation to your advantage or not. But the main energy of May, it's focused around this manifestation energy, about this reciprocity of energies, what you put out, you get in, and maybe even about relationships or a specific relationship in special. Let's see the obstacle of the month. Let me adjust these a bit so you can see better. Okay, the obstacle of the month, bird or birch. What's the name of this rune? I keep forgetting it. Yoch or Eoch. And tear in reverse. The obstacle of the month, it's your general lack of energy. Again, it's like maybe towards the end of the month you lack a bit of your shine, which I've already seen here with the Sun, which is in reverse. You still are full of energy, full of intuition, and you sprout new ideas and projects and begin things that multiply like crazy, like bunnies. Like you take them from high above because you're like this with your hands pointed to the sky, and you take them from up, you earth them. You make ideas and new projects to come from the etheric world down to earth. And maybe this is the swirl of intuition and of fertility, and all these ideas are what drains your powers a bit, but nonetheless you still are full of vitality. So maybe that's the point, maybe that's the issue with this month. You have so much that you want to do that maybe you will feel overpowered at some point, like you don't have the physical strength or you have some physical limitations that don't allow you to do even more that you already do, and you do a lot in May. Like you are so hyper active in May. You have so much to do and say and download from the etheric realm down into the earth that it's like your body doesn't keep up with it. It's like you would like to not sleep at all, not eat at all, not go to the bathroom at all, and still function normally if you could. That type of energy for you in May. Now, let's see your love life. Your love life, it's on fire. Fire! I'm seeing passion, I'm seeing a connection with someone, I'm seeing such good communication with that person, I'm seeing fiery passion. It's no wonder that you have so much energy and that you feel this attractive and luminous and everything goes your way, because here I'm seeing that If you're single, you already start something with someone, in May it booms, it blooms, and it's like so recharging to you. It's like it gives you everything that you need to feel refreshed and to go after your dreams, to the point where you exhaust yourself and still you have what it takes to go further. Let's see your career, even though everything seems amazing this far. I feel like the career sector will exhaust you the most. It's like there will be some surprise elements that you did not foresee at all. You had no ability whatsoever to see what's coming next in your career life, and maybe that overthrows you a bit, and maybe that's what exhausts you even more, or maybe that's self-imposed. Either or, I see you rising above it like the sun that's dawning. You are dawning with your luminous aura all over these problems that may come and surprise you. You are a force of nature in May, dear pile 2. You are like, whew, fire. And your love life going so well. It's like, even if you don't see what's coming and maybe you feel overwhelmed or taken by surprise and a bit shook by what happens in your career, you still keep your optimism about your career, about what you do at work, about maybe a project or overall situation at work. You are still very, very optimistic about it, because your love life it's such on fire, and you feel like you download all this information from the etheric realm. It's like you're on steroids or something. You don't even feel this bump at work. What can it be? What can it be, this surprise at work? Let me check for you. Something surprise, exactly. It's something surprise. You don't see it coming at all. But even with this rune right here, I see that it's something that after all turns out to be in your favor. Maybe it's something that it's meant to happen. And maybe in the beginning you're like, oh no, why did this happen? But then you center yourself and start to see the brighter side of things, and you regain your optimism, and that changes everything into your advantage, because that's the point. You figure out that this was actually meant to happen in your advantage. It's happening for you, not to you. So yeah, I don't know what else to say. You have a really great month. Any advice? Let's see if you have any advice from runes. Okay, so I see this. This one talks about doing things on your own and tackle things on your own with no avoiding karma. You just have to face everything. And this talks about humanity and mankind and doing things in a group. So I would say that the message here is to keep a balance between yourself, because here you have a relationship, you know, there are two exes, one ex and then the other ex holding hands in the middle. And now with this rune right here and accompanied with this one, it's like they are pointing me towards this relationship right here, where you have to keep a balance between being together and being all by yourself. You know, this thing right here looks exactly like this rune. So you have to keep a balance between being with someone and being with yourself and doing things on your own. And I think that it's the biggest advice. You can be together with someone, but also keep some time for yourself, to be yourself, to enjoy yourself, to still have time for your projects. And I think that's the only issue here, or the only thing that you would have to keep your heads up a bit, because anything else, I mean, in rest, your reading, it's absolutely glowing. It's booming, glowing, glowing, everything. It's perfect. May, it's a fire month for you. It's like you're on steroids. You have so much energy and stamina. I mean, yeah, how could I not see it? That's the thing. You maybe want to tackle all the problems in the world, maybe at work, or maybe even in the relationship, but you have to take care of your energy. I mean, I know that's what I already said, but no, I see that it's the same message here and here also, to take care of your energy so you're not depleted in the end, wanting to do so much for your work and your relationship. You have to also take care of yourself, otherwise the house which is you, you know, your energy will be reversed. So yeah, take care also of yourself, not only of your legacy or your relationship. And if you have any fear that your partner won't support you, actually another message that I'm seeing for you is that your partner will support you, in fact, because actually that's another test for your partner, you know, if he's supporting you or not. If he's not supportive enough to let you gain back your strength and replenish yourself and take care of yourself, and he's just give me, but not gives you, not even enough space, then maybe it's not the right connection, you know, in the first place, which is not what I'm seeing here, because here I'm seeing that it is the right connection and you are with a very wonderful man or woman that actually is supporting you to be a bit of on yourself and take care of yourself and your dreams and goals and projects and of yourself, like altogether, as a human, not only as a business person or as a lover, but as a human that has the need, for example, to be alone, or the need to write a book without interruption, or the need to go for a walk all by himself or herself. And yeah, they will be completely understanding of that. And this is your May reading. I hope you liked it, that it resonated, that will help you along the journey on this month. If you liked it, please give it a really big thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to the channel down below so you can receive more rune readings from me. And yeah, until next time, hope to see you in one of my other videos from the past or the future. And bye bye, lots of hugs and kisses. Hello there, pal number 3, and welcome to your May rune reading. So let's get straight into it and see what rune you have. Wow, you have the rune of ultimate success. Whatever you put in your mind for this month, you will succeed. You are on top of the mountain, you know, because this is like the flag that you put on top of the mountain after you reached its top and you climbed it and climbed it and climbed it. So I think that if you have one big goal in your mind, you will achieve it this month. Yep. Now let's see your overall energy altogether. It's what I'm saying here. What am I saying here? It's glowing. It's like glowing. Boom. Because, and these are governed by Saturn. So maybe if you have a financial goal in your mind or you want to build a home, this month things just click to you. A new passionate sun, it's rising for you. You have drive, you have success on your side, you have stability, you have passion, you have optimism. It's overall a really great month for you as far as I'm seeing here. All the endeavors that you want to do around home will be successful. You will have success also in your creative endeavors, in your passionate endeavors, the things that you love and you are super fiery about in your work, for example, even in your private romantic life even. And you will feel like a breath of fresh air just entered your life. It's a very auspicious month for you. Now let's see the obstacle. Maybe something was stagnant in your life towards this point and was not moving for the love of God at any costs. And whatever you were doing, maybe one thing in your life just wasn't moving. And I see it moving. I see the pieces that were broken that are now moving and shifting and are now beginning to form a single whole piece that clicks, you know, because I see this rune right here. Like it's this rune but broken at the middle, and the pieces are just, you know, like jumbled up in instead of being like this, you know, they're like this and broken and put like this in a way. But I see something that was stagnant, it's now rearranging itself, and from the chaos emerges exactly what you wanted and desired about your home life and your passion. And it's everything that you ever hoped for, because this is the rune of optimism. You know, the sun is rising with everything that you ever dreamed of. Now, let's see if these are regarding your love life or your career, because I've also pulled some runes regarding these two areas. And we'll start with your romantic life, love life. It may actually really be about your love life, And maybe in the beginning of the month you won't see signs of anything happening, and then everything starts to go upside down. I see here a very bumpy road, like complete chaos. You feel like things are drifting out of your control, but they are meant to be like this. This is the rune of fate. You can't see what's happening, you can't see in front of you what's happening, yet things are arranging themselves, as I've already said, in the right direction. And look, here you have the rune of ultimate fulfillment, also again, and I take it as it speaks of a relationship. It can be any kind of relationship. We can talk about harmonious relationship with friends and family, but I see romantic love, especially because that's the romantic sector of your reading. So I feel like a relationship that's meant to happen, it's happening this month for you after a lot of chaos. And it's like all that chaos led to this. All that chaos and all that stagnation led to this. Really interesting. Let's see also your work. It's kind of the same energy. Maybe you will find someone at work. Not necessarily to be correlated, but I see kind of the same energy at your workplace or in your work life. It's chaos, then it clears out and you get out of it successful, full of glory, on top of the mountain, conquering this challenge that's right here, and that maybe arranges things in your favor at work. It's like things don't go well, and then when they start to settle in a bit, they settle in the perfect shape. Like things are falling, but they're falling into place, not out of place, you know. They seem like they go south, but it's actually the north. It's just you that's swirling and you don't know where it's the south and where it's the north. And things that seem to go south actually go north, but you don't perceive it in the moment as such. Yeah, what else can I say? Let's see what can be this thing that goes south. I mean, in your perspective, what can be this thing that seems to go wrong, but it's actually going right at your work? Okay. I see it's something that you are working on in a conscious way. It's something like a project that you are working on, maybe with someone, as a group project maybe. In any case, it's something that it's really creative, or that this thing that you are working on was like a revelation for you. It was revelated to you, and you were brought to work on it by a brilliant idea that was in a way downloaded from above, and it will prove really successful, like really successful, even though it may seem like the process may seem like a chaotic mess in the beginning. Maybe that's how you will also meet someone amidst that chaos. Maybe they will be right next to you, and because you are so caught up in all that mess and in all that process going at your work, you won't see them. They will go unnoticed. But maybe I see here a connection, someone helping you. Maybe they will be the person that helps you with this project of yours, or a problem of yours that you didn't thought you would receive help with. Or maybe you weren't looking for help, but they just come by and spill, I don't know, a piece of advice to you out of the blue, and then they leave, and then that helps you a lot. And maybe then you come to them to thank them and say, you know, when you said that out of the blue without any, I don't know, thought in mind of helping me, but you really helped me, and you start talking about that, and maybe that's how the connection starts. And until the end of the month, you really both find that you are in love with each other, and you also find love and success at work, and a new dawn for your life, a new chapter for you. Overall, I see this month as a very benefic one for you. Very, very good one for you, full of surprises and things that may seem a bit chaotic, but nothing too dramatic. Maybe you will perceive it as dramatic, because especially in the love department, you will feel like, oh no, no way, it's too hard to have a relationship, like, oh no, I don't have the time more to drive to do that, it's such a mess, it's so hard to have a relationship, like, I don't know, it's too hard to go somewhere and find someone right now because I have so much work to do, or something like that. And then the perfect person right out of the blue, it's in front of you, and it's like the veil it's lifting and you suddenly can see them because they help you with something or something like that. I don't know, but it's so fortunate and so happy and fulfilling. I'm just speechless and very happy for your month. Very, very happy for your month. I wish you all the greatest luck with this, and may you always be blessed. I hope to see you in one of my other readings from the past and the future. If you really did enjoy this reading, please give it a really big thumbs up. Please consider subscribing to the channel down below. And yeah, until next time, lots of hugs and kisses. Bye bye!